Gate 14 podcast, 1 year of the Gate 14 podcast on the airwaves. I have even chills just even saying it, man. Holy shit, what a ride it's been this past year. I'll introduce the boys. Avery, what's up, bro? What's
Nothing.
up?
What a year. It doesn't feel like a year, but it's been a good one, man. Happy to be here. Yeah, happy birthday to the Gate 14 podcast.
Everyone get that trending. Happy birthday, Gate 14. JR, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Good, man. I'm 1 year. I'm excited. It's always nice to have a birthday celebration.
Yeah, but it's like 1 year, but your service time is like a guy that got sent down and come back up. Because you missed a decent amount. So your service time isn't out a year yet. Your clock is still running a little bit.
I definitely took a turn like during the season. Like this year has definitely been I probably won comeback player of the year. Comeback podcaster of the year.
For sure.
At the start, there were some haters out there on my name.
For sure, but
it was good. Honestly, you left us when we had stuff to talk about, and when we had nothing to talk about, you showed up. So
you know, it was a good bounce back. That element of surprise in a sense of like you guys had the ability to shit talk me. You know,
that was when we had like 10 people listening too. Like,
yeah, now we're just buzzing couple thousand. So I just want to say this to start it off. I'm gonna probably make a video tomorrow about it, but yeah, I know we talk about this all the time, man. The support for this podcast has been fucking insane. We've made it to. I'm gonna pump our tires a little bit. We've made it to places in 1 year that people who've been doing this shit for years couldn't even fucking dream of. I'm gonna pump our tires a little bit, man. I mean, we work our ass off for this, so it wouldn't be possible without all the listeners. It wouldn't be possible without everyone that subscribes, comments, follows us, retweets us, likes all of our tweets. Wouldn't be possible without you guys. So we obviously just want to start this podcast off by just kind of showing our appreciation for that because obviously we love putting the work in, but at the end of the day, it's something we do enjoy doing, and it makes it way easier when we see the overwhelming amount of support this podcast gets. So I just wanted to start it off by saying that. So any other words, Avery, for the people?
We just wouldn't be anything if people didn't listen, right? So thank you to the people for listening.
For sure. So let's kick off this year episode with a story from Avery. So I'll give a background on this. So this is karma. So when me and Avery were driving back from St. Louis, we didn't tell the story on the podcast. I went to a Detroit gas station and had 2 protein bars that were just, I mean, who does that? First of all, I don't know why I did that.
Their years expired.
I had to take a shit so bad that I was like, Avery, you either pull over to the side of the road right now, or like I am going to legit shit myself. And Avery was like, Rosemary, no, you're not, dude. No, you're not, dude. No, you're going to wait 20 kilometers, dude. So anyways, we pull over this Tim Hortons and I'm fighting for my life inside that Tim Hortons family bathroom.
Let's just also say that on the same stretch of highway, you pulled the exact same move when we were in Windsor coming back. Same
exactly. It's something about the air. Something about the air.
So you took a shit in the bushes.
That is true. It's just something about the air in Windsor, man. I don't know what it is, but
and so Johnny then Avery snaps on a dime. It's like, I gotta go right now. But Johnny, what am I supposed to do? We're driving on the highway.
That does make sense. But anyways, going back into it. So anyways, I luckily make it and don't shit myself. And me and JR get a text message. Boys, you're not going to believe this. I shit myself. On Monday, Avery sends us that text. So give us the background on your shit, because I just think a grown-ass man shitting himself is the most absurd thing. When you're in your own car, it's absurd. It doesn't make sense how a grown man can shit himself. I'm going to shit shame.
Yeah, no, that's nuts. As you were complaining about shitting yourself less than 24 hours before, but that's fine. Obviously the trip, we hadn't eaten that well. We didn't eat poorly, but we didn't eat well, that's for sure. And I was in my own home, so I was like comfortable. Like, it's not that bad. It's way worse the Jersey Jerry.
No, it's way worse that you shit yourself in your own home with access to bathrooms. Yes, that is substantially worse.
You don't fart in your own house?
Did you shart?
Yeah, it's just walking around.
Like, what'd you do with the underwear?
I just tossed them.
He's wearing them right now.
No, it wasn't a massacre.
But did you secretly toss them? Because, like, what garbage did you toss your underwear?
No, I finished taking a shit, took my pants off, tossed the pants. The pants were fine. tossed them in the wash, and we were good.
Don't
So
ever tell us what pants they are, though, because I feel like our listeners
there
will
there was no shit on the pants at all.
Okay, I don't know. I'm not buying it, but we'll see.
It wasn't
That
a
is
massacre like in my pants. Like it was fine.
So let us know if that's normal. If like shitting
But
yourself
I was just
is
like, I
normal.
just pushed a fart. I was like, oh, like kind of got a fart, and then it's like, oh shit, like that's not good.
That makes me just like that just makes me sick.
Yeah,
but that hey, teach
Johnny hygiene, man. We should take lessons from the big man himself.
I mean, I did shower like 2 times a day in St. Louis, making sure I was just staying clean. But I want to go into stories about urinating or shitting yourself. So I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast before, but 18-year-old Johnny, when I was working at the golf course, I went on this date with this, I'm going to say it, a good-looking female.
Oh, my God. This story is fucking funny.
I went on a date with this female. So I was working at a golf course. I was waking up at like 4 or 5 a.m. So we went to a Jays game, me and her. This is before Johnny and obviously before Gate 14, all type of stuff. And so we got to start going out, and she's getting after it. I'm getting after it too. Like I was fucked up, dude. So anyways, instead of Ubering home, I take the Go bus, not the train, not the one with the bathrooms. I take the Go bus home. And I'm on the back of the Go bus, and I am just absolutely fucked up. Like fucked up. And I'm like, is there a bathroom on here? Oh my God, there isn't a bathroom on here. I have to take a piss, like a drunk piss. So I waited out like 15, 20 minutes, and we are passing. I want to say we'll say Mississauga. We're passing through Mississauga, like we're almost at the Streetsville stop. And I just like for 30, 40 seconds, just pissed myself, like nonstop pissed myself for 30 to 40 seconds. And it trickles down. I'm sitting in the back, and it trickles down my piss, dude, all the way to the front of the Go bus. And I am like, thank God it is dark outside, because no one is going to see this. I hope, at least. Like, no lights are turning on. Everyone's sleeping. It's late at night. And it is full-blown piss. Like, I'm not even sure. I was walking off of the thing because I was the last stop, which was Milton. And I'm looking under. And it is just legit like someone just dumped an entire fish tank of water down the road, like down the aisles. And it is just full piss all the way down there. And I just remember an Uber picked me up, and I was still in my piss pants. And I was like crawling to this Uber, like just going right, left. I don't want anyone to see this. Like, obviously I'm wearing black pants, but I don't want anyone to see this. And I just remember like waking up in the morning at 4 a.m. and just trying to tell myself, you didn't do that, right? Like, there's just no chance. You just pissed yourself. Anyways, never talked to the girl again. Nice lady, obviously, but like I said, I don't remember anything from that night. And besides the Go Train piss, the piss story. So that's my little thing. JR, do you have any of yours?
I freaking did not shit my pants or piss my pants. Like maybe when I was 4 years.
Piss yourself the trip.
Okay, yeah. This is a.
So you tried to alpha us by saying you never pissed, and then got
well. Okay,
got dog
I was significantly under the influence, to say the least. So the story here is we were in Dominican Republic, and we went to this place called Coco Bongo, and I recommend for everyone of drinking age that they should attend. You know what? Even if you're not drinking age, you should attend. Just for the show, right? Just for the show. You want the drink? Anyways, this was like Cirque du Soleil on fucking steroids, on roids. Like, this thing is like, they actually make you like duck because you're gonna get kicked in the face. Like, it was awesome. So we like paid a guy like $5 for like, just come back.
Oh my God.
Come back because it's free drinks, but you give a guy $5. This guy's coming back. So we were just having shots all night. And then 10 p.m. I remember going to the washroom, and I don't remember coming out. Like, that's how. All I remember is my brother was we were hitching a ride with a rando, and then in Dominican, which isn't the best idea. Then we got back, we dragged her. I puked 8 times in the Uber. It wasn't an Uber, it was just a random guy's car. Back to our place. The guy was stopping on the side of the road. And then when I got back, I woke up and seems like I pissed my pants.
Jesus Christ. So we're all a bunch of pants pissers on here.
If you're,
well, I wouldn't say I would do it again. I guess if everyone should piss their pants at least once.
I will say this though, like it's money line guarantee that at least me or Avery will piss ourselves during this 9 beers, 9 hot dog challenge. I'm just telling you, Avery, you're not going to be able to contain it.
I will not.
No, Johnny,
moves so
Johnny.
fast.
Here, look. One, who says you got to do the 9 beer, 9 hot dog challenge sitting down? Like you can do it at one of the standing things. That would probably be ideal.
I guess at Schneider's Corner, maybe.
Yeah. There's 4 of them now at the stadium. You could easily do it now without, because that would be a pain in the ass sitting in like the middle of a row.
Johnny wants to piss. Like,
no, I do not want to piss myself. I'm just known as the piss guy.
Well, you are.
Johnny,
you are the piss man,
Johnny. It does seem like.
I just think it'd be funny content. Like,
if
picture
you
the
were
video.
at 70-30%, like 30% you could wait, you'd piss yourself.
No, I'm just saying this. Like,
Jer.
picture the video and listen. You want to talk about electric videos? The video of me running up the ramp. I watched it again. It is just, that's unbelievable content. Picture the video of me on Twitter pissing myself. Like, you could just do any relief pitcher that has a meltdown, like Trevor Richards, and the video of just me pissing my pants,
I
like
don't think
pissing down his leg.
Video out there.
Yes, I'm telling you they do. But that's fine. I mean, I can understand that if people don't want to see me piss myself, but I guess we can go into some Jays talk now, besides the fact that Avery shit himself this week. A grown-ass man did that. Let's go into the upgrades, the Rogers Center. So the Blue Jays are dead to me for not inviting us.
Crazy.
Holy fuck. Yeah. I was about to say, you guys, like, did we just lose invite wasn't in the mail, or
yeah, like Blue Jays, you don't want to get the guys that are hammering out like the most content on the planet. Like, people get mad how many times I tweet. I don't give a fuck. This is my life, and you don't invite us. It's crazy to say they do the second tier reveal next year. If they invite, I'm saying no. We're the bad boys of Blue Jays media.
Mhm.
That's how we have to approach it now. They didn't want to invite us today. They want to invite these little fucking baby content creators. No disrespect. They don't want to invite us. They're dead to me. It's it. It's you're in or you're out. That's it.
Mhm.
They drew their line in the sand. The Toronto Blue Jays. They made that clear.
I mean, fuck, we would have had a time of our lives, but I mean, it reminds me of. I mean, it was literally a sampling bar. It looks fucking electric. Like, imagine just like sampling
Content?
espresso martinis.
The
like,
content would have been electric.
dude, we probably would have got them like 1 million views at the very least. The amount of content we would have made on that on TikTok.
Like a pizza review, Dave Portnoy style, with all the stuff. And they know, and our listeners know, and our viewers know, we would have been honest with it. It would have been like 6-5.
That's the problem. I think that's the problem for them.
But I think it literally one, our followers would have fucking loved us doing that content, because it does what they wanted to do with the Jays, is actually inform people of what they're going to be offering, which we could 100% have done. Like,
whatever. They drew their line in the sand. They're dead to us.
They picked who they ride with,
which is fine. I will say it does look cool. I made a TikTok about it. Just the fact that the opposing team bullpen is protected by a 2-foot high barrier is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like, there is going to be drinks and food thrown at opposing. Whoever designed that is a brain dead idiot and had probably no idea after, like, oh fuck. This is a 2 feet high border protecting professional athletes and drunk baseball fans.
They'll change that like midway through the season, I bet. Because it's like
glass or something.
Yeah, like, look at the also, we don't have the best history.
Correct.
We threw a fucking beer at an outfielder in a playoff game. And we were also, though, in that game, it was a shit show because everyone was throwing shit at each other.
Yes.
Like, imagine a shit show like that with the layout we have right now. Holy fuck.
You kind of want the opposing team to fear for their lives.
Verdugo style.
They do it at Red Sox. I mean, the Red Sox bullpen is legit protected
Verdugo
by
might get shot in the head, not thrown a beer at.
Yeah, Verdugo's a bum. I guess we can talk about that right now. We'll just barely touch it because
we can still talk about the renovations. At least it's exciting, kind of gimmicky. All the bar names that they came up with, which is fine. Might as well, but we're gonna have to do a power ranking of of
The
every
park.
bar.
I mean, the park is. I didn't. It was kind
It's
of
just
an underdog.
at the end of the day, though, I know what they're trying to do is give it like a stadium feel, like they have at Citizens Bank, because Citizens Bank has the same shit, like they have cornhole, all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's still just this massive slab of concrete in the center of the
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Someone
city.
from
That
Barrie is launching a bean bag onto the field from the 500 level.
Someone named Jimmy from Peterborough is getting in a till with Domingo Herman in the bullpen. So that's what's definitely going to be happening. I think it looks awesome.
You guys saw the center field looks hilarious. How low the wall is compared. It looks like you went on MLB The Show, made your own park, put the smallest dimensions you possibly could, and made center field as small as possible.
It looks terrible. Like the center field, I know it's going to be cool because there's going to be home runs robbed, which is going to be sick. Like Kevin Kiermaier, we'll talk about him later. He's going to rule out there. He's going to fucking rule in center field.
Yeah, but I think it looks very funny compared to as high as the walls are, and right center and left center, and then center field just looks like 4 feet. Toddlers can make a catch over that wall.
For sure. So let's go into the Verdugo comments now. So I'm going to barely touch on it here. It's just, I don't get why players like that are, I'm going to say he's a fucking bum. Verdugo is a fucking bum. I don't understand why players like that speak on people. I guess people never punch down. They always punch up. I guess that's a saying that you can go for with that. But there is literal videos of Verdugo rounding third base and staring at the Toronto Blue Jays dugout. So for him to say he doesn't like the way Alek Manoah does shit, you know what, Verdugo? I don't like when you fucking videotape people sexually assaulting other people, Verdugo. Maybe I don't like that. You know, maybe we don't like that. Maybe you shouldn't be on a fucking moral high ground, you dumb fucking idiot with your 8 chains, dude. Verdugo, just shut the fuck up and worry about you being a goddamn meltdown in the Mookie Betts trade, because you are one of the pieces of that trade that turned out to be nowhere near what you were fucking supposed to be. So just shut the fuck up, Alex Verdugo. Is it Alex or Alex? I don't know, whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, that's my stance on it. It's just like, why is he speaking? Why are you speaking, dude?
I don't know why he. Yeah, out of nowhere, I had no context as to why it came up as well, and he wasn't. Alek Manoah is not that. I don't think he's that crazy with like Lance Lynn.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lance Lynn
on the mound. If you don't like what Alek Manoah is doing, you gotta hate what Lance Lynn's been doing.
Yeah. I don't think it's like.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It's like this isn't like he's acting like it's out of the norm, like that Alek Manoah does that, but like, I mean, everyone gets going a certain way, and Manoah's a self-talker, so like it's just the way he gets going. Like it is weird, I gotta say, that this came back. Like I knew it was a big thing when it happened last year, but it was weird that it just randomly came back. I guess he was on a podcast, like I didn't look into it.
I think it was like an interview in the locker room. I'm thinking,
but clearly it's fucking living rent free in his head that he brought it up.
And it's not like he needs to chirp Manoah. He crushes off him.
Yeah, he's been.
What is his average against them?
He's been killing it this year too.
Holy shit!
Hey, mate, hey, that's something to look out for, though, man. Like
that's gonna be sick.
I cannot wait for Manoah to hit him right between the eyes.
Oh my god! Like
I hate
Boston,
that.
And I mean, we fucking owned Boston last year.
They suck. Let's just get that out of the way. They are.
Yeah, they have no fucking pitching.
Pretty sure everyone on their staff, I saw someone tweeted today, has a negative WAR after one time through the order.
That's actually impressively bad. Like you have to try to be that bad. That's like legit impossible to do. Have an entire staff with a negative WAR. That's actually kind of impressive.
The Jays were on pace for that, except for Gosman. After
and Kikuchi, stop it. And Kikuchi.
Yeah, exactly. He did save that as well. But no, I think it was just a random stupid thing to say. I don't know why you'd want to get a rivalry. It's not even a rivalry after what we did to them last year. Kind of reignited like that, but good for Verdugo, I guess. He'll talk his shit, but at this point you got to back it up. He's going to take one in the ribs. It's going to be a great time to face the Red Sox.
Yeah, I'm pumped for it. I mean, Chris Sale
when they play.
Me neither. I don't know when they play, but Chris Sale's a fucking bum, dude. Holy shit. I mean, that whole staff is terrible, but anyways, I thought we had to touch on the Verdugo stuff. The next thing I want to talk about is the Toronto Blue Jays got handsomer, and the Toronto Blue Jays got closer to the Gate 14 podcast. My boy, Jordan Luplow, picked up off waivers by the Atlanta Braves. So I'll give you the backstory in this because I am really close with him, so I did know this like before it came out. I texted you guys about it, I think, right when he said it. I was confused. So Jordan Luplow, I was driving back from work and I got a text from Luplow and it was a picture of just a Creighton Blue Jay. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I responded like, what ? He's like, I'm signed, like I'm with the Jays now. He's like, shut the fuck up. Like he just kept telling me, shut the fuck up. Like, John, you open your mouth, Johnny, I'm going to fucking kill you. He just kept saying, like, just kept hammering it home, like, do not say anything about this. Do not tell anyone. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm not telling anyone. Sure.
And then
anyway, so it was just a nightmare fuel. And
but it was you had told us, we didn't say anything, but within the hour the news had come out.
Yeah. So within the hour the news came out. So anyways, he's pumped for it. I mean, I'll give you guys a little background on him. Like one of the best dudes. Like, listen, I met a lot of pro athletes, obviously, with the other podcast I did, and he's one of those dudes that I specifically stayed in touch with forever. Like we would talk we'd play Call of Duty in the off season every day. Like we would, we hung out when he plays around here, like around Toronto. He's just one of the best dudes ever. One of the best locker room guys ever. Gets along with everyone. Great golfer. He's just one of the dudes, and I'm pumped for him to be here and just kind of be implemented in that locker room. I mean, this is a guy that played with Kevin Kiermaier 2 years ago, played with Varsho last year. Adam Simber, played with him in Cleveland. Like, he knows a lot of the guys in the locker room. And by the way, this guy, he just mashes lefties. I think he has one of the highest, at one point, he had one of the highest OPS plus or OPSs against lefties in like a 2 or 3 year span. So this is a guy that is going to be a massive part for the Jays. Obviously, in terms of the Jays being a heavy lefty lineup, right? Or lefty outfielder, sorry. Kevin Kiermaier, Varsho, all those guys in the outfield. It's going to be good to have Kevin Kiermaier who can actually, or Jordan Luplow who can hit lefties really well in that lineup. So I'm pumped for it. I'm really pumped for it. I know he's my guy. So
are you going to break more news about him?
No, I can't. There's no other news to break about him. But
there is news to break about him, but that's fine.
Yeah, there's no news to break about him. But I'm pumped for him, man, and I'm excited. Hopefully, we get to see him this weekend. And it's all lefties, right? Is Sandoval a lefty?
Yeah,
Sandoval's a lefty. So I hope he's in the lineup tomorrow. And by the way, completely off topic, me and Avery will be going live tomorrow. Friday beers with the boys. We'll be doing the entire Jays game. Every single run the Jays score, I'll have a shot. Avery will have a beer because he's soft. So we'll be doing that.
That's doing the same amount of drinking, Johnny.
Not really, though. I mean,
you just said that it's soft to have a beer a run. Is that what you just said?
A shot is like equal to drinking a beer.
Okay, that's fine. That's a good point. But
alcohol.
That's a good point. So we will be going live tomorrow. We're gonna call Friday beers with Gate 14. That'll be a thing that we'll be doing. Maybe I'll have beers in the middle of it too, kind of get the people going. But yeah, I'm pumped for it. And yeah, I hope Jordan Luplow isn't lined up tomorrow. And honestly, man, he's a guy that I have rooted for a very long time to be successful. And now it's like it's amplified. It's amplified because I know him personally. So I hope to God he does well and doesn't have a start like Brandon Belt. That's all I'm hoping for, man. I hope to God he doesn't have a Brandon Belt start because I wouldn't know what to say. I just want to say this right now. I will not be critiquing Jordan Luplow. So I can leave that to you two, maybe. I don't know, but I will not be critiquing Jordan Luplow. He has done so much.
It'll depend how nice he treats me personally.
Yeah, that's fine. So, that's fine.
He's got to say hello to me.
Yeah, that's fine. No, you'll love him, man. I remember last year. I'll give a little background on him. So 2 years ago, when he was playing on the Rays, so he would only face lefties, right? So him and I went to the bars after the game. And I mean, he was whatever, like he wasn't really that drunk, but I got fucked up. Like him and I went to Marble, we went to Social Child, and I went home. I arrived at home at 4 a.m. and had to work at Red Bull at 5 a.m. to drive the Red Bull van. So I was like sobered up by then. Obviously, we stopped drinking at like 1 or 2 and just shot the shit in his hotel lobby at like the Four Seasons for like 2 hours. But that just goes to show you the type of guy he is. He's an all-time fucking guy. You guys are gonna love him. And he mentioned he wants to do some content with us, stuff like that. So maybe we'll get a golf vlog out there.
No, I can't like that. Golf. I have the apps.
I hope he stays up
Maybe
though.
you be
So
the cameraman then.
if
Jay.
he stays
Yeah.
up though, it will be electric. So I just want to know I will not be critiquing Jordan Luplow if anything happens. So I just want to get
People
that out
might
here.
call you a fraud then, dude.
No, this is personal tie. Would you ever chirp your brother?
I mean, fuck yeah, I would.
I mean, yeah, it's a little bit different. But
We
yeah, no,
we
he's
talk about Chris Roach here like it's no one's business.
he's pumped. He's pumped to be here though, man. So I am excited for that. So let's go into some of the stuff here. So Kikuchi Corner. Let's announce it. I got bullied into changing the sections. We haven't announced any sections yet, obviously. It's going to be, I'm announcing this. Section 530 is where Kikuchi Corner will be. The boys are going to be buzzing. I actually have gotten an insane amount of on my personal Instagram DMs about this. Like people are pumped about it. My buddy Reader is bringing like 20 people. It is going to be an idiot zone. So make sure, and I don't know if JR or someone could deal with this, but we need red Ks like Felix Hernandez.
I'm trying to think of the best way of doing that, but we just need to go to a print shop or whatever and just get a bunch of Ks
that are red. Like just
that are red.
Or what we'll do is
Printed.
we'll tweet the picture of the K and we'll just have everyone print one out.
No, we gotta bring it. Like no one's gonna like our boys will, but I mean if we all have to have the same K to be noticed by we can't have fucking someone holding up a third of the size of a K and someone else has got a King Felix, they all have the same thing because they give them to them.
We'll get that done. We'll get that done and we'll hand it out to the listeners and stuff like that. And another big news. I talked about this with the distributor. So the website will be dropping Tuesday, like we talked about with JR, which I'm pumped for. You can see
Hell yeah.
We
didn't announce that to the public.
Yeah. Well, so website's dropping Tuesday. You'll be able to get the Gate 14 embroidered crew necks, embroidered hoodies, embroidered t-shirts, and the rope hats. Those are what's going to be dropping. But this is the big news. The Saturday that Kikuchi Corner will be live, we will have our You Cy Young shirts available. The one with him holding the Cy Young and the other one where it's his face in the center of the Japan flag, where like over the red circle. That will all be live on that next Saturday. So you'll be able to get that stuff as well. The boys are just buzzing. I mean, JR, credit to you for finding the distributor. For the people that want a little bit of an update on this, our distributor, the guy that's dealing with our pricing and making sure it's like affordable for everyone, used to be the head distributor for Canada Goose and Roots. So he's a big time dude. Like he's not fucking around. He's like has a whole. I walked in his office. He had a massive spreadsheet, like just a huge spreadsheet. I was like, do not send this to me. That's what I said to him. I was like, do not send this to me. Just send this to JR. I don't want to see this. I will not understand what this means. So the website, moral story is website's live on Tuesday. So I'm pumped for it.
And Kikuchi Corner's where?
Kikuchi Corner is 5:30 on Saturday. So that no more DMs. Where's Kikuchi Corner?
That was the best. That was the best story I've ever heard from Johnny. That was just an all-time recap. Like I could picture exactly what happened there.
And well, you've been there before. That's why.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing because like for the viewers here, I actually had to warn the guy about Johnny. I said, work with me with Johnny. There, I'm just giving you a heads up. This guy's gonna be on your ass. And Johnny was on his ass. And I probably had to praise patience to Johnny about double digit.
I just want this shit done, man. I know how big we're getting.
But that's how excited he is. So guys, super excited. I mean, we'll get those Ks ready, but the goal is one day we're just all wearing our You Say shirts, and
which is going to be the funniest thing.
Which will be
ever.
awesome.
Can we go back to the old company and have like custom shirts made for Kikuchi's Corner, Johnny?
What do you mean? Like just
remember where you used to get your shirts just printed?
Yeah, but it'll just be screen printed on. It gets like chalky and stuff. Like there's cracks and stuff. The one that this guy's doing for us is DTG, so it'll go directly on the shirts.
Sure,
so like these shirts will last forever.
To have some merch. So people
for ours, I can get that done easily on Vistaprint because Vistaprint does DTG. So I can get us 3 Kikuchi shirts ready for that.
They could do it at their supplier right now though.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to him about it. Yeah, we'll talk to him about that.
He's just putting it on a blank. I mean, he already has a design, right?
Yeah, we'll talk to him about that. But anyways, yeah. So let's recap the KC.
I need to go on Amazon and buy a Japan flag like right now.
Yeah, let's break up the KC series, man. What a series! I mean, Monday, you would have thought the fucking world was ending.
It was.
We had
Do we have
T-Mac.
to address the T-Mac video? Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, well, we will address that, but we had people tweeting at us like T-Mac, for example, said that we're Mr. Optimism, all this, all that. I would say that we're somewhere in the middle of optimistic and negative. I would say we're not Mr. Optimism. We were just stating facts. This team got substantially better, and you saw that with the outfielders. We don't have these bum-ass running mistakes. We have Kevin Kiermaier legging out singles into doubles. This team is different, but the Monday, I mean, Jose Barrios, dude, what the fuck are we like? I mean, how much of a leash do you need, man? Like, we'll go game by game here, but he was a fucking bum on Monday. That wasn't even, and it just amplifies how bad he is and how bad he was because how good the rest of the pitchers pitched. He was like, you had everyone carve except you, Barrios. That is fucking embarrassing, dude. It was the worst. That was like one of the most embarrassing starts for him because it was against such a shit team who had 4 guys with a 0 average going into that game.
Yeah, it's tough. At some point, we think he has good stuff. Everyone says he has good stuff. At some point, if you keep getting shelled, your stuff's no longer good. Right? Like this is a results-driven business. There's a reason we look at numbers so often, and his numbers are consistently bad over the last decent amount. I'm not ready to give up on him totally, but that's tough when a kind of a layup start for you to get your season going against a shitty team doesn't go well.
I just don't know. Dude, I don't know what it is. His stuff is so fucking good.
I mean, if we knew what it was, we wouldn't be sitting in our parents' bedrooms.
I just don't know what it is, man. Like, his stuff, if you watch his start and you just eliminate the hard hit balls or I guess all that type of stuff and just watch his pitches, they all break an absurd amount, but no one swings at it because they're waiting for that 4-seam to send to the moon. I don't know. He has to just scrap that. And you tweeted that, Avery, that graphic, I believe, right? Of just all the pitches he left middle. It's like, what are we doing here, dude? Like, what are we doing, Barrios? You would think you would learn. He hasn't. He has not learned. He got shelled by the Kansas City fucking Royals.
That's it. It was very tough to watch again. And who does he get set up with? He gets this Mike Trout, Shohei lineup, who's kind of been hitting the ball really well for another nightmare for Bassett and Barrios set up. So you hate to see it, but it's just what we're going to have to deal with right now, right? No Pete Walker there again this week, so pitch calling, sequencing maybe a little different, but I feel like the guy that took over for him would know the sequencing and know what they wanted to attack and to help call pitches if he wasn't called pitches.
Like, JR, what do you think? I mean, man, it's just, I've ran that contract looks like one of the worst contracts in baseball.
Yeah, I'm tired of the shit of, at some point, I think Snyder's just got to call it out. Like, I'm tired of the post game, like his stuff looked good and all this shit. I mean, dude, he's getting shelled. Like, he got shelled in that game. Like, do a bad lineup, like in Kansas City. Like, we saw what happened the next 3 games of the series. Like, he should have walked over that lineup and he got shelled. It's just a baseline, just like terrible performance. I don't know. Like, this is like just terrible again. Like, it's crazy that Barrios is here because you're right. His stuff is so good, but it's like, how are you so bad?
I have a silver lining.
Let's hear it. Let's hear the silver lining. I'm dying to hear it.
It was a better start to this year than last year.
Yes, man. I guess, bro. I guess. I don't know. Like, it's impossible to get worse than what he did last year. I don't think he made out of the first inning. So I guess that's a good point. But you know what? We won't dwell on him anymore. Let's talk about the guy that saved the fucking season, huh? Let's talk about the man that saved the fucking season. Yusei Kikuchi comes in, and listen, Avery had his strikeouts. Actually, I think everyone on planet Earth had it over 4.5 strikeouts for him. And he turns into prime Marco Estrada. He's giving up these weak pop-ups, weak ground balls to Vladdy at first. What the fuck? Kikuchi, I mean, this isn't a joke anymore. I think we just have to start saying, like, he's good.
I mean, he was, what did he get up to? 98?
Yeah, dude, he was running it up.
That is just, it's, I mean, dude, he's like, it's, I know, like, people actually think we're joking most of the time, but like,
Sometimes
he fucking has the shit to be. I mean, you saw what he did in Seattle. He can be the dude.
It's the post sticky stuff.
I think this is also could be a big fuck you to T-Mac because he was a huge Kikuchi hater.
Yeah.
Saying it was like the worst signing ever by the Blue Jays. That was,
and now it's looking, if he carves, it's looking like a great signing. If he carves based on these free agent deals. And I'm just so tired of the excuses that we get, like, oh, it's spring training. Now it's, oh, he's facing the Royals. The guy only threw 69 pitches in 5 innings and gave up 1 walk, which is, he's known as a wild guy. He gave up 1 walk. I mean, at what point do we just start giving this guy his flowers and say, all right, he turned a new leaf? And there is not one guy I want to be more successful on this team than Yusei Kikuchi, because you can legit, I know we may say the joke, Yusei cares. You could tell it legit hurts this dude to the core when he does not pitch well. These pictures of him from last year are insane. He looks like he's going to, like, he wants to kill himself. Like, he looks so sad. And now he's carving, and everyone's saying, like, he's coming into spring training with a chip on his shoulder. It's like, he is. I mean, Avery, what did you see from that start, man? I mean, he carved.
The slider looked really good. He threw 25 sliders, 25 four-seam fastballs, 17 changeups. He had an out-of-zone swing percentage on his slider, 45%. Pretty fucking good on that. And then out-of-zone contact percentage is only 20%. So he had people swinging and missing, swinging at balls, which is something that's good. That'll help you be successful, right? It turns balls into strikes, helps you go deeper in games, help you get people out. So kind of uncomfortable at bats for them. You love to see that. And then again, 97-1. I fucking love that shit, man. I was happy for him. I think we needed a break, like, big time, and to get zeros kind of early. Franmil Reyes hit the ball to Mars. That's okay. It was 1 run. He didn't give up a bunch. He helped out by the defense, but that's why you have a good defense as well, right? But no, I was very, very pleasantly surprised, maybe happy for him, and I was thrilled to just kind of.
It was just such an opposite start from Yusei Kikuchi. I mean, a guy that is known to be a massive swing and miss guy, will blow stuff by you and strike you out, had 2 strikeouts and went 5 innings.
He still had 9 whiffs, which is pretty good. 24% whiff rate. It's pretty good, but he wasn't getting a ton of called strikes. So they were just swinging at everything.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, his next start is against the Angels.
Yeah, it should be the Angels.
It should be the Angels on Sunday, the Sunday matinee, Yusei Day. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how he does. I mean, him versus Shohei is going to be must-watch TV. Just a couple old.
Yeah, when he's batting.
Yeah, when he's hitting. Yeah, the couple old friends going toe-to-toe at it. So it was awesome, man. And then we'll go into the Manoah start. I mean, Manoah's fastball topping out at 91, I want to say, or 90. I don't know if it's just early in the season, but that shit was for cause for concern. And I'll be honest, man, he was getting hit pretty fucking hard. I don't know what the advanced analytics are on it, Avery. Maybe you can pull it up, but he gave up some very hard hit balls. I mean, the wind was blowing in too, so some of those would have been home runs. I don't know where I'm at still with Manoah, because he walked 4 guys and hit 1. So
yeah, the four-seam fastball 93 topped at. Average 91.4, which is down 1.5 miles. Everything was down, but for me, it doesn't concern me with Manoah because he fluctuates pretty often. Gosman was more concerned for me, velocity wise, not results based, obviously. But I didn't get to watch a lot of that game. I went back and watched the highlights a bit, but I didn't see the hard hit balls a ton. He got 11 whiffs, 24%, which is good. Kikuchi called strike and whiff rate at 28% again. Which is a ton of zone contact, people hitting the ball hard. That's what happened. It's why everyone thought he would regress, right? I told you.
Yeah.
All the projection systems are it was like Bassett. Obviously, they're not going to like him as someone who throws slow and gets hit hard. They're not going to project well, but he did his job. That's what Alec Manoah was good at, is just getting shit done. You don't have your best stuff every day. okay, you went 6, you went 7, you gave up 1, you gave up 2, you gave the team a chance. That's all you ask for a starting pitcher is length, giving your team a chance. That's what he does. That's what he's really good at.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he looked really off. He's not. I mean, 4 walks and a hit by pitch is fuck, man. That
Hit by
wasn't
pitch
good.
seemed to happen a lot last year as well, though.
Yeah, for sure.
One good sinker inside to a lefty a game felt like it hit them, or it would run arm side on a righty and hit them as
For
well.
sure, for sure. But before we go into the last game, I want to talk about a couple other guys, man. Some guys that, I mean, Matty Chopsticks. Holy fuck me. He has 6 doubles in 6 games. Or 7 games, sorry. 6 doubles in 7 games. It's absurd what this guy is doing. Like, he's not coming back here. That's real as fucking ball. He's not signing here. He's gonna go. We just got to accept the fact he's probably gonna go to the Yankees. They don't have a third baseman.
Yeah, or the Dodgers.
Oh, fuck me, that would piss me off. He is from there too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is most definitely from there. But last season, you'd see Matt Chapman come up, you'd think, okay, either he's gonna hit the ball as hard as anyone's ever seen, or he's gonna strike out. And you're just not feeling that way at all right now. It's like, get that guy up in any situation, even when he's not getting hits. What do you have? He had a ground out that scored a run yesterday as well. It's pretty shitty turn, but still, he's just finding a way. And boy, does he ever hit the ball fucking hard.
His average exit velocity right now, and I know it's still early, is 99.7. His sweet spot percentage is 47.4, and his XBA is 412. I mean, this guy is mashing the baseball. 73.7% hard hit percentage. So 70% of the time he hits the ball hard.
That's nuts. That is,
and the MLB average is 35.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He is hitting the ball. And then they put him in a good spot. You put him like cleanup today, right? And it pays off as soon as the game starts. So it's nice to have some flexibility, but the carrying that Vladdy, Varsho, Chapman are doing right now is just putting the team on their back, strapping in. Kiermaier can hop on a little bit. He'll pull a little bit of his own weight, but they are just hard carrying this team right now. And it is like amazing to watch. I'm fine. I love it, man.
It's cool to see. And obviously, like, it's cool to see a guy that make adjustments, right? Because we're talking about a guy here that
what was strikeout heavy rate last year, Johnny?
Yeah.
Yeah. Savant.
Yeah. His strikeout rate last year? 27% last year. But previous years it was 32, 35. Like, his strikeout percentage has always been high. So this is a guy now that is hitting the ball the other way. I mean, so he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 5 extra base hits. 3 of them are the opposite way. I mean, that's something that he would never fucking do last year at all. So he is really making massive adjustments to play. I know he's going to slump. This is baseball, but I'm just riding the Matt Chapman roller coaster right now, and I never want it to stop because him hitting and him fielding is rock star shit. It rules. It fucking rules. Some shit I used to do in McCook when I was buzzing too. I know that feeling of when you're buzzing.
So last year, besides the shortened season, there was no other year in his career where he pulled the ball more. Everything else was around 40%. The shortened season was 50% he pulled the ball, but I won't take that because of that small sample size. But at this point, he's hitting the ball up the middle. He's hitting the ball the other way more than he ever has. So he's letting the ball get deep, but he's just fucking peppering the backside gaps.
Dude, he is raking. And another guy that we want to talk about is Daddy Dalton Varsho. Holy fucking shit. This dude is raking. I mean, I'm not going to compare him to Moreno or stuff like that, but if he hypothetically turns out to be what he looks like right now, or even close to it, man, is this a good pickup for the Toronto Blue Jays? He looks incredible, man. He is so fast and he rakes. I can't find one thing that's wrong with Dalton Varsho right now.
You can tell the speed is changing the way the Jays play. Was it yesterday that they sent him through the third base to score there?
Yes. Yeah.
It's just like Lourdes isn't on third base by that time. So it's easy to compare them because I think Dalton Varsho's a much better player, but the speed between him and Kiermaier kind of cause havoc a little bit, change the way this team plays, and I think it's super positive. I know we were T-Mac calls us dick riders, thinking they've changed, but they have changed the way they manufacture runs. We saw it with Kevin Kiermaier today, turning a base hit up the middle off the pitcher's glove into a double that ends up in a run scored.
And another thing that
like is changing the game as well.
Another thing that I have noticed, and I know people have brought it up on Twitter, is he eliminated a leg kick, and he's already, we're 5 or 6 games into the season. I think he's only played 6, and he has already broken his hardest hit percentage. He like his max exit velo. He hit a ball 112. He is just doing every single thing for the Toronto Blue Jays that, in my opinion, they didn't really have last year, right? They didn't have a guy last year that wreaked havoc on the base pass, that was really good in the outfield, that, I mean, is a guy that could also be power heavy, as well as a guy that can nickel and dime you. He's all of those guys, man. And he's hitting balls the other way. His home runs opposite field. He has, out of his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out of his 8 hits, 4 of them are the opposite way. And I'm thinking, I believe that's not what he did last year. He wasn't an opposite field guy last year. So
he'd hit a home run the opposite way in years. But no, you're definitely right about what Varsho could do. Awesome. Again, awesome to see. Blair and Barker had one funny thing because they had Dalton Varsho's dad on today. I just saw the clip of this. I would never actually listen to their shit. But they had Dalton Varsho's dad on the show, and they asked why he eliminated the leg kick, and his dad said, well, because it sucked. Like, he sucked. So just they laughed at that. Pretty good from Blair and Barker. Good for you guys. You got a nice little clip there, but pretty funny for Dalton Varsho. He's been fucking awesome, dude. He's better than what we thought, and it's easy to become a fan favorite in Toronto if you start a season like this.
Easy, because then I'll just always remember you as like, oh, that first week, though. That first week was something serious. So I'm pumped for
him playing the outfield too. I forget which pitcher said it. Said it felt like the guys in the outfield were already running to the balls.
Manoah said that.
Okay, and it looks that way too. Like a couple today that I thought would get down. Like Edward Olivares made a horrible play and left on a ball. I was like, I've seen Dalton Varsho. Dalton Varsho makes that play. So
we're lucky to have him, man. We're lucky to have him. And you can make the argument he's affected almost every game positively that the Jays have won. He's been that massive part of that.
I'd like to see him run a little bit more, but it's tough for him being in front of Chapman as well. He's been hitting, and Bo not running, getting on base that much is kind of makes sense because he's ahead of Vladdy, but I would like to see him run a little bit more too. Some point here.
I saw a tweet earlier, and this is another guy last guy that I wanted to talk about before we go into the Gossman start today. This is the best, in my opinion. I saw a tweet, I think, or maybe it was just me looking at his stats. I think this is the best version that we've ever had of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He has 1 strikeout this entire year so far. 1, right? He's not chasing pitches. His chase rate is down significantly. This is a guy that's using every field and fucking mashing baseballs. This is, in my opinion, so far, this is the best version of what I have ever seen from Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, I think that's very easy to say because he's not chasing. If he's waiting for the ball to come into the zone, I would like to see his zone. I'm going to look at his zone contact percentage and out of zone swing percentage as well. But it's clear that he's not chasing. He had one. I think it was a Jordan Hicks at bat where he looked Was that the strikeout he's had?
Yeah.
With Jordan Hicks.
Yeah,
that was a horrendous swing in a big spot. But no, he's been awesome, man, and getting the ball elevated 2 days in a row. He absolutely nuked that ball today. It was incredible to see. He was kind of getting unlucky too. The balls that he's getting out on, he is absolutely skull fucking as well. Mm-hmm. So you get him walks. What did he walk 3 times opening day? Or the opening weekend as well. He's just taking what's coming to him, not forcing things, and he looks. I mean, you could be back to MVP form here.
Yeah, it's just. And Lewis came out with a tweet. He said, I swear to God, if the Toronto Blue Jays waste Vladdy, like a Vladdy prime year with the most well-rounded Toronto Blue Jays lineup they've ever had in his lifetime, I'm going to be pissed. And I felt that. That makes a shit ton of sense. This is one of the most well-rounded lineups I've ever seen the Toronto Blue Jays have. And it goes to show you, man, when you have guys that are supposed to be hitting, like the guys you pick. I mean, Vladdy is raking. Chapman, obviously a big pickup that they have, raking. Varsho's raking. A guy that everyone doubted in the offseason, Kevin Kiermaier, is raking. These are all guys you picked up that you expect to be hitting good. and they're doing it. So I hope this pitching staff can keep it together because this lineup is fucking incredible, man. Is incredible.
All right, we got some great Vladdy numbers here. This season, his out of zone swing percentage is the lowest it's been by about 10%. Last year, his out of zone swing percentage was 34.2%. He's at 21.9 right now. Zone contact, which is another thing you look at for average, he is at 94.6% in zone contact right now. Last season, 87.4. The season before, 84 zone contact percentage. So he is choosing to swing at pitches. His swing strike rate, 4.2% compared to 10 last year. So he is just choosing what to swing at. When he's swinging at it, he is hitting it super hard. So those numbers are legit, man. Obviously, they're not going to sustain at this rate. Probably you'll see a little regression there, but very, very nice start for him.
For sure. And then we'll still touch on this. Kevin Gossman is insane. I'll have JR touch on this because I think JR was the one that said, I don't know who said that take. It was all three of us said he was going to be the Cy Young guy or something along those lines. I don't remember, but we are just so lucky to have this guy, man. It's just his off speed stuff is impossible to hit. It is impossible to hit. I don't know how people make contact off him. I really don't. He's so good, dude.
Yeah, I think it was, I guess, considered a decent, wasn't considered a hot take, but it was considered a take that if you said Gosman would be better than Manoah coming into this year. And I think from early on, it's pretty clear that Gosman is going to have a really good season. Like, it just, like you said, all his stuff looks good. 2 phenomenal starts to the year, while Manoah has two shaky starts, which the second one wasn't that shaky, but I mean, he just didn't look like himself, which is kind of scary with what even Avery was pointing out in the preseason. Like, everyone was predicting a regression on Manoah, and then seeing this doesn't really I guess what the word is make me comfortable, but Gosman has just been, fuck, man. I think he's definitely just our ace. Like,
it's not even a discussion anymore. I don't think it's even a discussion anymore. I really don't. Unfortunately for Manoah, I don't think it's a discussion.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see Manoah's next start here and see how he comes back.
Is this a hot take based off of what we've seen from spring training, as well as the first starts for these guys? I think Kikuchi's the number 3 guy for this team.
That's crazy. I still think you got to give Bassett.
But Bassett throws so slow and gets fucked on. And Avery,
one start.
No, I understand that though. But Avery, this is another thing that I want to back this up with. Chris Black sent this to us, right? If you look at Chris Bassett's career, the only good start, like the reason why his numbers have been elevated so well is because he's pitched well against the Washington Nationals. Did you see that stat, Avery?
I thought that was Barrios you sent.
Barrios would face the Washington Nationals?
Yeah, everyone faces the Nationals.
As many times as that was? Okay, so maybe I just got body bagged there.
Yeah, I thought he was showing that Barrios was only half decent, his numbers-wise, because he pitched well against teams that were below 500.
Oh.
I think that's what the stat was. I thought you sent the Nationals one. But
you're right. Okay, sorry. That's a good point. So Barrios against team. Okay, here's a stat. Shout out Chris Black. Barrios against teams that are below 500 is 44-16 with a 3.56 ERA, and Barrios against teams with a winning percentage above 500 is 28-38 with a 4.95 ERA. A pretty big fucking difference there in a massive sample size. I mean, that's kind of scary, and it makes you kind of have a head scratch on like, what are we doing? Why did we give him that much money? Like, they don't have access to these stats? Like,
but I'm sure if you look at some of the top pitchers, or you could find some decently out. I mean, there's shit teams. There's shit teams. You're gonna throw better against them. You should pitch better. So,
but 44-16 with a 3.95 compared to the other record is that. I mean,
but
that's
think also about teams that are like losing records. They're to have a losing record in baseball, you got to be shit.
Yeah, we talked about that. Records really mean jack shit. I mean, Barrios had a decent record last year, and he pitched horrendous.
No,
So
but
it's like
that's going
it's
against
tough.
Avery's point, though. Avery's saying there's a small percentage of teams that have a losing record. You got to be really shit. Is that what you're saying, Avery?
Yeah, pretty much.
No. What we were talking with Avery, Avery and I have discussed this, but a win for a pitcher doesn't
I'm not even
mean
talking. I'm
much.
talking about the ERA though. I mean, a 3.95 and then a 4.86 against teams that are actually good, which is what the AL East is at the end of the day, is shaky. I mean, that's not good. But I guess that's something that we'll have to look forward to. But I do want to touch on Kevin Gossman again. Obviously, didn't have his stuff today. Ramped it up a little bit, but I think that's just the cold. I don't know if it's an area for concern, but
I thought he might have just been holding it back a little, just being like, okay, I don't need
that's the fucking Royals.
Yeah, I don't think we need to throw him.
And he still punched out 8.
Yeah, he got up to 95. Velo on his splitter was down 2.5 miles an hour. On average, his fastball was down 3.7 miles an hour. His slider, he only threw 7 of them. That velocity was down 4.5 miles an hour, but his spin rate was up. Actually, no, it wasn't up. On who cares what a spin rate on a splitter, actually. But no, spin rate huge down on his 4-seamer and huge down on his slider, but he still got whiffs, man. They're still swinging at it outside the zone. Didn't really matter. When I saw 89 from Gosman after we saw 96 in his last start, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I don't think we really see the fluctuation in Gosman like we do in Manoah. But
for sure,
you got it done. He's a professional, I think. If the Jays didn't take him out because they thought something was wrong with him or they didn't ask him, then I will not be concerned in the moment.
Yeah. And then another, so I guess we got to talk about this. Brandon Belt. I don't have any fucking words for this. I mean, he's 1 for like 20, I think, with 12, or he's 1 for 18, I want to say, with 12 strikeouts. This is why you fucking show up to spring training on time. This is why you take reps in the spring and don't show up a week or 2 before fucking spring training ends and start just throwing yourself into the lineup. This is why. He is 1 for 19 with a .053 average and 12 strikeouts in 19 at-bats. I don't know what how big of a leash this dude has to have, but he just looks, he's getting 90 miles an hour blown past him, 80 miles an hour, 88 miles an hour blown past him. What the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah, I think no one's more disappointed than him, probably, but it's not really a hot take to say at this point. I would love to see Kevin Biggio in the lineup over Brandon Belt because I feel like he has a chance of getting on base, and with Belt, we're getting 89 blown by us in big situations like the Cards game 2. That whole game probably changes if he gets a hit or takes a walk instead of whiffing on Jack.
Yeah, that's not a hot take. Kevin Biggio over him is not. I mean, Kevin Biggio's look good. I'll call it, and I said it in our group chat. That's one
goddamn moon bomb from him today.
Oh my god,
I was shocked. I was just about to record a video, and I saw Kevin Biggio hit that ball, and I just do a double take. Who was that? That was actually him,
dude.
Kevin Biggio just consistently has better at bats. So
there's a couple guys, and I know Blue Jays Twitter will back me up on this. There's a couple guys that no matter how good they do, like Kevin Biggio can win a Triple Crown, and I still wouldn't like him. I don't know what it is.
And for me, that's Tim Mesa.
Yeah, everyone has those guys. Who's your guy, JR? Do you have a guy like that where it's like there's just one guy where you don't really care how well he does? You'll root for him, but you just will never at the back of your head just be like, I hate that fucking guy.
Oh God, that's I guess Nate Pearson.
No, that is not. Chair, that makes you love Nate Pearson.
That's true.
I feel like he sarcastically likes Nate Pearson. No, but that for me, it's Kevin Biggio. And listen, at some point, Brandon Belt, dude, like he is just a black hole in the fucking line. I mean, he is an auto out right now, legit auto out.
He just looks a little odd, eh?
Yeah.
He looks old as fuck.
He doesn't care. He looks like he doesn't care.
He looks like from the movie Elf,
which is probably
like a fucking...
That's probably a good thing. He doesn't look like he doesn't care when it's going well because he's relaxed. But then when he starts,
he does seem relaxed. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
He just like looks like clueless. Like when he strikes out, it's just like
he looks like. Was that strike 3? That's what he was.
He's like looking somewhere, and he's just like, Probably
I
contemplating
did
if he wants to retire.
I did the career OPS by month tweet yesterday just to maybe calm some people down. Just be like, okay, maybe there's better things going on the horizon. And the only month he's been worse than in the opening month of the season is July. Like it's
Nightmare.
just traditionally. But we had a guy in Lourdes who was the worst hitter in the first month of the season, and then just the best hitter in all of baseball in the middle months. So
For sure.
Brandon Belt this is a very tough way to start a career with a new team.
Yeah, we talked about this. He's very hot and cold. He's been like when he's on, he's fucking raking. Like he's getting on at like a 500 clip. He's fucking hitting dingers. So, I mean, he's got to get in a groove, and I mean, he's not going anywhere. I don't think he's going
No,
anywhere.
hell no, he's not going.
Who's
He's
gonna
getting
pick
paid
him
too
up?
much.
The fucking Hiroshima Tiger. I mean, no one's gonna want him. $9 million the guy signed for.
No,
Fuck.
people will take him. He'd look
Yeah,
great in
people
a
would
Pirates
take him.
uniform.
People would take
$9
him.
million though.
It's okay. I mean, worst case, we're easing him in, and he's a pinch hitter. But
for me, the frustrating thing, sorry, Jer, is
No.
that Espinal is just not getting at bats. I know that's not.
Yeah,
I know it's not one for one. I know it's not one for one. Obviously, with those two, they don't play the same position. But Kirk's not getting at bats, and Espinal's not getting at bats, and then we have Belt just in there.
He's stealing at bats from Kirk. Let's just call it what it is. He's stealing at bats from Kirk and Espinal.
yeah, but like, what is really Espinal's ceiling? You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
compared to Belts, right? Like Espinal will never hit in the 5 or 6 spot ever.
No.
First Belt could be,
But Kirk will though.
Kirkwood.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
What
the
do you
ceiling
guys
of this
think-
team,
what
I
do you
think you
guys-
want Belt to be the best.
Now here's a good Chapman obviously has earned his way. It's now his spot to lose in the 4 hole, to be honest. Like he's been fucking
For sure.
raking. Is Kirk like I still struggle. I've always struggled a little bit with Kirk, where it's just like I love the guy, but it's like he's a fucking singles guy and can't run. And
But
we
that, a
saw
singles
it.
guy that
There was
gets
one
like,
of the games. I think it was the first KC game. Just horrendous running, where he was watching the ball with 2 outs and should have 100% scored on Chapman's double. And it's
for
like
sure.
he's just kind of a clog there.
Sure, but then you sandwich him between Varsho and
Yeah.
some thing. I mean, they're not going to sandwich them side by side in the lineup, but
Mhm.
you have Varsho.
maybe
allowed-
maybe in the 6 hole he strives. You think Kirk
5-6.
So
like after Varsho?
so Springer, they're going to have him one.
Mm-hmm.
Bo, Vlad,
Yeah.
Varsho, Chapman,
Yeah.
and all those 3 help each other. All those all those 5 help each other by having protection in the lineup, right?
Yeah.
So then you put Kirk 6, then you're laughing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
It's a good problem to have, but let's end this KC Royals thing with the winner and loser of this week, of this series. We'll start with you, JR.
Winner and loser. Well, loser has got to be Brandon Belt.
Yeah.
I think we've been saying a lot of dog shit things about him. And the winner, I'm trying to think of someone other than Chapman. I think Vlad's back, man. Like I don't think anyone mentioned Vlad last against the Cardinals, but fuck, dude. Sometimes you just forget of how good this guy is. And then he
So
does
good.
something like that.
I said this. I will storm. You have this on my word. This is actual. I want someone to clip this. If Vladimir Guerrero Jr. isn't a Blue Jay for life, the Gate 14 podcast will storm Rogers Media like it's the fucking capital.
I
Like
thought you
it's
were
Jan-
I thought you were about to say, Gate, we will stop recording podcasts.
No. That won't stop it. The numbers will be crazy if Vlad isn't signed here. But I will storm, and I don't know if you guys will do it with me, like Dave Portnoy, Roger Goodell style. I will storm Rogers Media headquarters if Vladdy is not signed back here. He should be a Blue Jay for life. Like, what the fuck? Like, what else does this dude have to do? What else does this dude have to fucking do to get a contract?
It's gonna have to be World Series, man.
Makes me sick. Avery, what about yours?
Okay, my loser, Trevor Richards. There's no
Fuck.
stopping him on this team
Fuck.
anymore. With Nate Pearson throwing half decent, yeah, there's no reason to have Trevor Richards here. And then Guillermo Martinez is my winner.
What the fuck? Why?
because the team's hitting well. Good for him.
But he was getting ripped.
Yeah, they sucked, and then now they don't suck. So good for him.
He must
Turned
have
it
figured
around.
it out, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
So my winner of this week, I'm gonna go. Like I said, I think I went this guy last week, but Kevin Kiermaier. He is so goddamn good in the outfield, and he rakes. He might hit 100 singles this year. That double, by the way, I don't think you guys know this. That double he legged out, that was a single, was his first extra base hit of the year. So
That's
every
such
single
a gritty way to get an extra base
every
hit.
single he has is just it. Every hit he has is just a single. Like that's what it is. So and my loser of the week is Blue Jays dad.
You going after? Where did this come from?
I'm tired of I'm out on Blue Jays dad.
How do
I
you
just
see his
want
stuff. I never see his stuff.
You're a grown man that calls yourself Blue Jays dad. That's my first bugaboo with Blue Jays dad. He makes me sick. And my second bugaboo is he just says these tweets that makes me question, like, am I making fun of someone that's not all there? Like, what is wrong with this guy? One thing that he pissed me the fuck off with, he said, I am more concerned about the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen than I am about their starting pitching. What? What, dude? Chris Bassett has a 24 ERA right now, and Barrios is a human pitching machine, and the bullpen has been semi-good when Trevor Richards isn't pitching, and the starting rotation is not your worry. The bullpen is? It's just some of the shit he says. I'm like, and it's not where it's like he's doing it for clicks. It's just that's what he genuinely thinks, and it makes me fucking sick. I don't know how this dude comes up with this stuff. He is a moron. I hope he's listening. I'm out on Blue Jays dad. I'm out. I couldn't be more out on him. So that's my loser of the week is Blue Jays dad.
Yeah.
Out of the box. So let's go into previewing the Angels series, boys. Back-to-back starters here that we saw what happened when they face a good lineup. I mean, not Barrios, but Bassett. Is Kikuchi going to have to save us again? Is that what's going to happen? Are we going to have to go Bassett gets shelled, Barrios gets shelled, Kikuchi goes five no runs? Or where do you guys stand with this? Because Sandoval's actually a decent pitcher, so I don't know. I don't like that matchup for Bassett, but it's nightmare fuel this series this weekend with this pitching rotation, besides Kikuchi, obviously.
Yeah, no, this is not what you want to see after those starts before. I think one of them pitches better, gives us a chance, Bassett or Barrios. I'm going to guess it's Bassett if I had to put my nuts on the table and say one. And then Kikuchi, I think he wins his game again, and we build on something really special before Kikuchi's corner. Yeah, so I'll go 1-2.
1-2, that's not good.
He's always like this. He's always like this.
JR, where are you saying?
I'm saying just because you know what? We're riding hot though, man. I'm going 3-0.
No, I'm gonna go 2-1. I'm gonna go 2-1. I say they win tomorrow with Bassett, win Sunday with Kikuchi, and Barrios gets his dick shoved in again. That's where I'm at with that.
Yeah, I'm a little worried with Bassett just because the Angels have seen him a couple times. But could also mean he knows the lineup. So
I don't know, man. Just Barrios, he's just never given me a reason to think he's going to be good again.
2-1 is definitely the safe call.
So it's Sandoval going Friday, Patrick Sandoval, Tyler Anderson going Saturday, who went 6 scoreless against I don't remember who the fuck they were playing, and then Kikuchi versus Detmers. So I'm going to say Jays go 2-1. I don't think Reed Detmers is that good.
No, Reed Detmers is fucking nasty.
No, he's not. He's a bum.
You're a fucking idiot.
And I say Luplo launches off of Reed Detmers if he plays. Yeah. So that I mean, the games are in front of us, man. I mean, the Tampa Bay Rays have faced legit low A teams. I don't know what the fuck whoever made that schedule should be shot or locked up, I guess. I don't know, but
that means they got to play tougher matchups at the end then. Yeah,
true. Get it out of the way the first game. But boys, it's good to talk ball again, man. it's just fucking good to talk ball again. The live streams have been insane. 300 viewers at a time, 250, 300 viewers at a time. Just been absolutely bananas. I'm gonna keep doing that thing, going live later in games just on TikTok if the game's close, like I just did today. But yeah, it's been crazy, man. What a ride it's been. The website's gonna be live on Tuesday, like we said. Get your Gate 14 stuff, run it up. We've tried to make this as cheap as possible with the margins, the numbers. We're not gonna be making, if any, that much money off it. So just keep running up, keep supporting the boys, man. And 1 year, fellas. What a ride. What a fucking ride it has been. I mean, me and Avery, a year in, we're already tattooed with the Gate 14 podcast on us. So I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Love on the vlog too. That did some numbers as well.
Yeah, vlog did numbers as well. I appreciate that as well. I mean, someone put on the Wikipedia page that we won like best short film, which is hilarious. I looked back on it to double check if that was real, and it was. So that was funny as fuck. But yeah, we'll see you guys Tuesday when the website drops. Or no, sorry, we're doing a podcast Sunday. So yeah, we'll talk to you guys Sunday night. Love you guys. Gate 14 forever. Any last words? Any last sentimental words as people go into the weekend? Make sure you guys tune into the stream tomorrow, by the way. Stream's going to be electric tomorrow. Drunk Johnny and Drunk Avery back at it. Maybe JR make an appearance.